How is everybody doing out there in 2K land? I got for you the second version of my MyEuroTeam, the southern version. We've got a representative from Greece, some fellows from Turkey, a few ballers from Italy, and some co-captain brothers named Gasol from Spain. My opponent has a rare occurrence in my team is Lebron James at the shooting guard position, as you see him making his presence felt with the size and athleticism out on the perimeter, kicking it down to the point guard for the easy bucket. I've got the point guard from the Spanish national team. His name is Ricky Rubio. Gonna ask for this pick and roll here. Move the ball around, trying to look for a good shot. My opponent shows his athleticism on the defensive end again, with Alonzo Mourning from the power forward position able to recover and pick up that block, but it doesn't matter because Ricky Rubio is too swift as he makes his way to the cup for an easy 2 points, with the opposition a little bit hesitant on the defensive end. We got him. Now the bad guys have an excellent defensive team. Monsters like Wilt Chamberlain, Alonzo Mourning inside. Out on the wings, he's got LeBron James and James Worthy. And his point guard's no scrub either. He's got Avery Johnson, the former Spur, the former coach, at his point. He's awfully good at picking up the ball in transition. This Euro South team doesn't have the speed to match up, nor the size, although I do have some size inside with Gasol. It's just not the quality of Wilt Chamberlain and Alonzo Mourning. You see Paul Gasol is going to pull Wilt out of the paint and try to take him for the 2 points.
All right, Bill, how close did Spain come to the massive upset here today?
Bob, they could have very easily won this game. Spain took it to the United States from the opening tip, led for major portions of the first half, fell behind in the third quarter, started the fourth quarter with a 7-0 run. Pau Gasol, beautiful basketball. His brother Mark, the most unheralded big man in this entire tournament. Ricky Rubio, Rudy Fernandez, they played terrific basketball. And then Navarro filling in for the injured and not playing Calderon. He was just having the game of his life. Spain out-rebounded the United States. Both teams shot spectacularly well. And you have a situation where Jimenez for Spain had a three-pointer to give Spain the lead with just a couple minutes to go. I was expecting an absolute blowout and rout. And Spain, they just showed what a tremendous basketball team they were. At the end, Kobe Bryant was just too great, Bob.
Si te digo la verdad, no puedo recordar la cantidad de veces que he visto mi nombre escrito. En todos los colores, tamaños y tipografías que te puedas imaginar. Pero el que más orgulloso me siento es el que aparece en la camiseta de mi hermano.
How about this? The end of the first half, some high fives, and Jose starts walking with his former team, the Toronto Raptors. Wrong way, wrong locker room, and now has to turn around, and he's like, oh, don't do that, don't get me, cannot believe it.
Like everybody say, I'm really happy to be here. I think we got a great opportunity to do great things. I think we got the right pieces to play a really good basketball. We got a lot of guys who can do a lot of things, and if we are in the same page, we can be pretty good. So, like other guys say, people can say whatever they want, but we got really good basketball players right here in this team, and we're gonna do the right things to be up there competing for everything. So I'm really happy. Thank you guys for coming out, and let's get a great season. Well, for me, 8 years now in the NBA, and I think everybody know the way I play. I'm gonna try to get everybody involved. I'm gonna try to get the ball in the right positions to the guys that need the ball, and that's what I do. I'm a team guy. I can shoot the ball, and sometimes I need to be more aggressive or less, depending on what kind of game we get. But I'm a team player. I'm here to get the ball to these guys, and we got a lot of guys who can score the ball, so it's gonna be an easy job for me this year.
Jose Calderon is a player that I have stashed on my bench. I really enjoy using him. He's a silver current point guard. He's really a combo guard. He can play at the 2 just as well. I equip him with the dimer signature skill and closer, and believe you me, with that closer skill, he is very, very good in late game situations, especially offensively. He is a legitimate threat to knock it down from anywhere that is inside of his range. He's clutch as the video game can be. You see LeBron thinks he's Jose Calderon, trying to take one from outside. You got to get LeBron going first before you start dropping him from out there. He is capable of knocking down that corner pocket 3 ball, but unless you've got an attribute boost, I would not rely on LeBron James's outside shot. As you see me defend LeBron James, I often give him lots of space around the perimeter. If you guard the guy too tight, he will be flushing the ball through the hoop before you even have time to turn around. As the first quarter winds down, the Euro South team is up by 3 points. As you see Andrea out of the triple threat stance with a nice take to the rack. And the pickpocket Ricky Rubio almost manages the steal at the end, but instead of calling a timeout, I force the ball. I get pushed out of bounds, wasted opportunity, too bad. But I'm not sweating it because I don't have faith, because where's this guy's shooters at? All he's got's LeBron. I've got a 5-point lead as the second quarter begins, and one of my favorite and most underrated big men in the NBA, Omer Asik, giving me some good minutes.
Hey, I'm Omer Asik. I'm center from Turkey. This is my second year from Bulls.
Korver off the screen by Asik. A good screen. Now Asik.
Just what you do with it, big fella. Forget the layup. Put it in the basket. That's what I'm talking about.
I was in Turkey. I played for my national team tournament in Lithuania. I played mostly my offensive game, post moves, some shooting. I try to improve those type of teams. Toughest team to play against is for me Orlando because of Dwight Howard.
He wants a line to lane. Some pass to Asik with the two-handed float. There's a pumpkin pie in your eye by the Turkish delight. Bringing it home hard.
Thank you for being here today. We're excited to welcome Omer to the Houston Rockets. Omer is a player we've long coveted and a player that was the very first meeting that we took when the free agency period opened on July 1st. We believe, and we think you'll come to believe in time, that 7-footers like Omer are in short supply. He's an outstanding help defender. He's a rim protector. He rebounds on both ends of the floor. And he's proven this throughout his career at every stop on team after team. First as a professional in Europe, for his national team in Turkey, and then of course most recently for the last few seasons in the NBA in Chicago on 2 outstanding Chicago Bulls teams. Young centers in our league that have proven that they can impact an NBA game are scarce, really, really scarce. And so we were delighted to be able to add him to our team and to be able to add him to our locker room and to what we're trying to build here in Houston.
Rockets center Omer Asik has already formally asked the team to trade him in the wake of the team landing. The Rockets have no plans to grant that wish, sources telling ESPN.com. What more do you know?
Yeah, Asik really is the guy who, there's already a long line of teams interested, so the Rockets are going to keep getting offers. They're telling everyone right now that Asik is not available. We're just going to have to see how long that stance holds. If they go into the season with that, holding firm to that position, we'll see how Asik and Dwight Howard can coexist. But, the Rockets can say they're not going to move him all they want. It's not going to stop teams from calling and asking because Asik really is a solid defensive presence at the rim, one of the best in the league in that department. So, and the fact that he does want out and doesn't want to play behind Dwight Howard, it's a topic and an issue that's not going to go away just because the Rockets are saying we're not moving him.
Check out the Italian representative Reggie Jackson from the Oklahoma City Thunder out in fast break action. Now, the Houston Rockets, I guess they could have worse problems than having two great centers on their roster. What, you don't think Omer is a great center? He is. I've watched a lot of this guy, more than probably anybody watching this video has seen of this guy, with this time that he spent with the Chicago Bulls, nightly games on the WGN network. The guy can really, really play. There's a reason why Coach Thibodeau would have the Turk on the floor in late game situations instead of the widely known and excellent defender Joakim Noah. Now, I'm not going to say that he's a better player than Joe because he's not, but he's a top 5 defensive center. I'll jump out the window. I'm comfortable saying that. You tell me 5 better outside of Dwight Howard and Joakim Noah who can protect the rim and anchor a defense like the Turk. So my opponent has had some of his bench players in the game. He's got Casey Jones, the Celtics legend, on the floor. Earlier he had Richard Jefferson and Byron Scott, those last two names being the only legitimate outside shooting threats on his roster, at least that I could take notice of. That is a stark contrast to my team because I've got guys like Calderon that absolutely can shoot it. You must respect him. Don't give Andreas space either. He'll make you pay. With the current set of players that his Wizards have out there right now, he's very, very one-dimensional. LeBron James is actually going to make the right decision there with the pull-up from outside. That's the best choice that he could have made. And if he were to have continued to do that, I would have had to respect the shot more and more. Reggie Jackson out of control. What was that? Coach Carl, former coach of Real Madrid basketball, he didn't understand it either. The Wizards are going to go with their favorite play, which is LeBron turbo to the hoop. You can see I call the defense to collapse. They do their job, put him on the line, confident that he'll knock those down, but that's okay. I'd rather take that chance than giving him the easy dunk, and as you see, it pays off. He misses the second attempt. And my first free throw ever in memory of Marc Gasol does not go as planned as he gets the clang. Knocks the second one down. It's alright, we're learning, we're growing. And the Wizards want to come down the court and run their favorite play again, which is LeBron turbo to the hoop, but I'm already set in the 1-3-1 zone. He can't do it. His lack of perimeter shooting makes him one-dimensional. I'm able to swarm him with 3 players with no repercussions, forcing the turnover. Marco out in transition for his 5th, 6th, and 7 points of the game. The first half is concluding. LeBron James is stuck with the 1-3-1 defense, doesn't know what to do with himself, so he decides to take a bad shot. Wilt Chamberlain cannot convert with the second effort. Andrea Bargnani has earned the first half most valuable player award. Nice addition, nice input. I think it was 11 points off of the bench. One of my fellow Toronto Raptors in my player, my career mode. But off to New York he goes. Good luck.
On the heels of the Nets-Celtics blockbuster deal, the Knicks involved in an interdivision swap on Sunday with the Toronto Raptors as they acquire the former top overall pick Andrea Bargnani. We are joined by Jared Zwerling, who covers the Knicks for ESPNNewYork.com. So, Jared, he comes to the Big Apple. What are the Knicks giving up?
They're giving up Steve Novak and Marcus Camby and also a first-round pick in 2016. That's the deal points right now. The deal could be finalized as soon as 12:01 a.m., which when free agency starts. So that's the deal points right there. The Knicks are bringing in a guy who's been a star in the past for the Raptors, averaged around 18, 19 a game. He's been riddled with injuries over the last 2 years, has just 98 games. So his health is a huge priority for the Knicks next season. And you also consider they have Maury Stoudemire coming back, and he's been banged up as well. 2 power forwards the Knicks need next season to really compete and win it and try to win a championship. They're in win-now mode. You mentioned the Brooklyn Nets. They upgraded getting Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry. They might even get Kyle Korver in free agency. So this move definitely represents their need to win now, and he has to be healthy. The Knicks also get some cap flexibility looking ahead at 2015. Bargnani will have an expiring contract that season. So in 2015, also Melo, Amari Stoudemire, and Tyson Chandler all come off the books. So if the Knicks don't win a championship by 2015, they'll have some very strong cap flexibility in 2015. So that's also positive too looking ahead. But the key is for him to stay healthy, and if he can, Knicks have a great player.
That's a good point you make with getting the cap relief. Now, explain the significance of Bargnani's agent, Leon Rose, in making this all happen.
Well, it all starts with Mike Witz and Carmelo Anthony. Leon Rose works for CAA, and CAA represents both of those guys, including J.R. Smith. They've been very well connected, and Bargnani is also a piece of that pie. And I think also, too, if you look ahead to free agency, another guy you might hear about is Aaron Brooks, who was just waived by the Houston Rockets, also represented by Leon Rose. The Knicks do like him. Leon Rose thinks he could be a good fit for this team. So a lot of CAA around this team. And it all starts, like I said, with Melo, Mike Woodson, the head coach and your star player. So I think it's not surprising. I think the Knicks are definitely in contact with that agency. And, the move definitely, solidifies. That just goes to show you the influence of that agency, no question.
You mentioned the health of Amari Stoudemire, the health of Andrea Bargnani. Both question marks heading into the next season. Let's assume they're both healthy. How does it work with regards to Bargnani, Stat, and Melo in a rotation?
Well, that's a great question. You have Amari and Bargnani both power forward. Derek Smith, you have to involve his name because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. Now, if he bolts to another team for more money, the Knicks have Bargnani, a great scorer, potentially off the bench. He can be your sixth man, and he can provide scoring, and he does it in many different ways, from three, from off the pick and roll, in the post. He's a very versatile scorer. So that's interesting to see what happens with J.R. Smith. So Bargnani brings a lot of versatility. I think, he can be used in different sets. You can use the post up with Melo on the wing, running pick and rolls with Tyson Chandler. You can have Bargnani spaced out. When Raymond Felton and Tyson Chandler run the pick and roll. He's very good in transition. He's a pretty good runner, and he can, he's definitely mobile. And the Knicks definitely want to run more next season because they didn't do a great job of that last season. So versatility is, I think, defensively is his biggest weakness. But if you can be surrounded by, Chandler, potentially another backup big who's very good defensively, I think Bargnani can find his way on this team. So I like the versatility in many different ways, and the Knicks definitely need scoring and need great three-point shooting. And I think that's a huge priority for this team. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty optimistic that if he can stay healthy, he'll be a big advantage for the team.
Jared Zwerling covers the New York Knicks for ESPNNewYork.com. Jared, thanks for the insight.
Anytime. Thanks for having me on.
Again, the former top overall pick in the NBA draft, Andrea Bargnani, is a New York Knick.
Ricky Rubio is going to try to take this inside, but gets rejected, then stuck in a leaning animation, and I cannot pick up the ball that is right next to me. Thank you for that. Now, I'd like for you to take notice, if you haven't been paying attention, I am definitely in a man-to-man defense here. I do not play zone exclusively. I'm not a zone cheeser. I actually start off every possession in a man-to-man defense if I can switch it fast enough, because your defenders, your defense, your team defense is slow enough to react already to transition threes like you just saw. If you're stuck in a zone, they're even slower to get out. No way Jose commits the turnover. Not good, my friend. My friend. Shout out to STG. My friend. LeBron James gonna bully Jose down low. Not a good sequence for him. Give it to Ricky. What are we going to do with it? Jose's feeling thirsty. Needs to make up for that last one. So, bam. 3 points. And we've got a solid 8-point lead as the third quarter has under a minute remaining. And he wants to give me another extra possession as Richard Jefferson looking for the three, backing up and dribbling his way out of bounds. Jose Calderon's going to look to facilitate the game, get some plays for his open teammates. Gallinari, a little bit of a poor shot selection as Richard Jefferson gets out, but the Gasol brothers tapping the ball, keeping the play alive. And we experience a little bit of lag right here. I thought this was over with in the first half, but Jose Calderon, we turned that into an opportunity with the A+ mid-range jump shot. Nice work. RJ tries to fire back with a quick three and fails to convert. Calderon is everywhere with the rebound. We want to slow it up, get the last shot, and he fouls me. So with 11 seconds to go, I've got to inbound the ball, and I start walking it down and get the 8-second violation turnover. Is that the right call? Can the defense foul you while you have 1 foot over the line and you're still faced with the original 8-second time limit? So the Euro South team has 3.6 seconds. That's plenty of time because Danilo Gallinari is going to knock this down. Thank you. Ball don't lie, people. Ball don't lie. And thus far in Episode 1 of the MyEuroTeam South Edition, Italy has been well represented. The three-headed Italian monster of Marco Belinelli, Danilo Gallinari, and Andrea Bargnani have came up with some timely buckets, efficient shooting, and we'll just ignore the cookie-fization of Marco Belinelli by the legendary player Casey Sanders. That could happen to anybody. Casey has got the hands for it. It's okay and totally forgivable because Marco has some things to prove. 3 points. Let's go.
Marco Belinelli, he's one of 3 Italian paisans in the NBA, and I had a chance to go one-on-one with the Italian star here in the United States, now with the Chicago Bulls. Check out our interview.
Marco, one of only 3 Italian players in the NBA with Andrea Bargnani and Danilo Gallinari. What does the honor mean to you to represent the country of Italy here in the NBA?
I think it's really important. I mean, like you say, we are only in 3 guys, me, Andrea, and Danilo. So we try to play well. I mean, we play in different teams. Like I play in Chicago, Danilo play in Denver, and Andrea play in Toronto. So we try to play well. We are happy because I think we got a lot of followers. I mean, we got a lot of people from Italy that they follow us. Especially they want to see our game, so they stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning for us. So it's very important for us, and it's a good thing. So we just try to. We don't forget that we are Italian, so it's important for us. So we are proud of that.
Do you think that basketball can ever come to the same level as soccer or football as it is in the homeland?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, in Italy right now, I think the level of basketball is not really good, So, but I don't really care right now about that. I mean, I'm just happy to be here in this team for the Chicago Bulls. Try to be better every day, win a game every day, and I want to win. That's my mentality.
This is your first year in Chicago. How's it been so far?
Great. I mean, the organization is unbelievable. Teammate amazing too. So just keep going. I try to be better every day, and I want to win. So I feel really good right now.
And even though this is your first year here, it is a contract year for you. Have you thought about your future at all, possibly here in Chicago and looking down the road this summer?
Not really right now. I mean, I try to live it day by day, So I just try to improve my game, try to be the better player that I can be, and we will see this summer. I mean, right now I just want to win.
And I can dig that. I'm just trying to win. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to win. LeBron James is very frustrated with the zone defense. Can't seem to figure it out. If Avery Johnson can shoot, he would shoot that. There's the guy you're looking for, Brandon Rush, but he's a little bit too deep. He can't connect. I'm off in transition, but Avery Johnson with a nice defensive play, stopping the break. Now, my opponent is playing zone exclusively this whole 4th quarter, and that's why Marco Belinelli has begun to drop bombs, because unlike my opponent, I know how to exploit the zone. It's no cheat, it's no flaw. Yes, it's annoying, yes, it's agitating. Sometimes the defense reacts too quickly. It feels like the court is too small, the player's reach is too large. But if you play that zone defense against this Southern Euro team, they will keep the 3-point bells ringing. My opponent is frustrated at this point. He has excellent defenders, interior and perimeter, but he cannot prevent the 3-point onslaught from the southern reaches of Europe. In the first half, the nice effort from Andrea, the Gasol brothers, and Omer Asik standing tall in the paint, and Marco Belinelli, who started the 4th quarter with 7 points, is now up to 22 and a rage quit.
dressed